Hello, I'm Disco Breakin, and today we're going to have a little tutorial on how to play the opening hour or so of Foundation. And I know you're probably thinking, but I've watched your series on YouTube and you didn't start very well, did you? That is true, I didn't start very well. I'd only just picked the game up again, but I saved it. So, here we go. What would I do? Well, first off, in version 1.9, we've got procedural maps. Unfortunately, there's no control of the procedural map. So there's no slider for, I don't know, the forestation density or how hilly it is or how much water there is, etc., etc., etc. It's just a random seed generate each time. So the only way you can really do this is to generate a bunch of maps, go in, have a look around, see if you can find a decent starting spot. And we'll have a look at that in a minute. But before we do, we've got three types of map. There's the coastal one. Often, well, do you know, I've not actually played a coastal one, so I can't say. There's a hilly one. I'm staying well away from that. So I am definitely going to go with fluvial. And we will come back when we found a starting tile to start on. And I'll see you in a second. Okay, so after generating about 20 maps, I have settled on this one. And before we talk about why I've settled on this one, we'll just let the game play on so we can read the first two pieces of advice. After a long journey throughout the realm, your people finally reach new lands, your lands, territories you were asked to settle for reasons of your own. Your villagers await your command. They are eager to advise your first steps if you require so. Okay, let me hear the advice, which is choosing a territory. We'll press play. The first piece of advice comes from the eldest of your villagers. He suggests you consider basic needs when settling down. Berries for your people, stone and wood for your construction efforts. The rest will find its way. Let's put advice into practice. Okay. So I have chosen this tile on this map here, simply because we have our resources quite close together. Let's press play. We are playing. We've got some fish down here. We've got a couple of nice territories nearby, and we've got all of these minerals. We've got two mineral deposits here, one over on this side, and a little one up here as well. So this is almost the perfect, with the exception of the shape maybe, but the tiles aren't hexagonal like they used to be. They're more organic. So let's choose this one. Excellent. We've bought our first territory, and now we need to place our village centre. I am thinking that if we put our village centre up here, and then we can buy out into these tiles around it, and our village will go around in a big circle like this, with the exception of this mining area. And I think that will be a good start for our village. So let us plonk our village centre, and let's just pop it here. Build that. And we can say hello to our villagers. These two seem to have teleported their way in, rather unfortunately. There we go. Right, sort yourselves out, boys. Okay, new advice can be heard. The second piece of advice comes from a young enterprising villager. Rather than simply letting everyone fend for themselves, she suggests you organise labourers into workplaces. Builders in their workshop, woodcutters at their lumber camp, and berry gatherers in their hut, and so on. Okay, so let's put this into practice. Okay, this will be the first bit of building that we do. Let's place a builder's workshop. Now, our village centre is here, and our resources are down here, so I think we should put our workshop here. Now, you can rotate the buildings with the control key and moving your mouse, which is nice. And the little green arrows at the front there dictate which way the peeps go in and out. So you want to be mindful of that, and you do not want to block any of them because it will create a problem later on in the game. We'll plonk him down there. We'll build that. No actual building takes place when we'll assign 3 builders to it. They should wander over there in a second. Okay, the next piece of advice is to build a lumber camp. Now we've got this nice section of trees here that we can start working on straight away. So the main objective of this at the moment is going to be to produce planks to create a trade route with Northbury. So that's one of the key objectives of this first half an hour of the game. So it's prudent that we put our lumber camp down early on. Now the red circle around the lumber camp means that this is detrimental to the desirability of an area. So you want to keep all of your kind of industrial stuff away from the village or away from villages and residential areas, and that will improve the desirability of the residential areas. Okay, so let's pop him around there. Let's have our lumber camp there, shall we? Now, straight away, I've messed that up. Let's start again with feeling. Put the lumber camp that way around. I had the arrow on the boundary of our tile, and I don't want it there. Right, that's cost us a couple of coins. Now we need to paint an extraction area. This is where the lumberjacks will remove wood from. We can adjust the size of our brush using control and the mouse wheel. So I'm just going to run this up here, like so. You know, and if they wanted to, they could come up here and extract up here, but building houses and stuff will clear that organically. Right, and that's that done. So let's get our speed going. And here comes our first guy with some tools. Okay, so our lumber camp is built. It takes a little bit longer or a little while because our peeps have got to come from here. They've got to come from the workshop with the blueprints. They've got to come up and pick their stuff up and then go down to the camp or wherever they're building, but that will change in time. So let's assign 2 woodcutters for now. We've defined our extraction area already because we're that cool. And now we want to gather some food. So these are the berries. And berries need a gathering hut. This is our gathering hut. Now, I like to put the ramp at the beginning of the hut here. I like to put that facing the path where I want them to come from. So let's put our gatherer's hut here like this. Let's build that. Lovely. Now, we're going to put our forester camp down, but we're not actually going to build it yet. We're just going to put it there to remind us that our main objective is to be making planks self-sufficiently. Going to put in there like that. And then I can add a reforestation zone. Basically, there. So this will just be a perpetual supply of wood for our village. Of course, we've got this elephant in the room here that we're going to have to deal with at a later date, or we would have to deal with it at a later date, but we won't worry about that right now. Okay, so you need to assign some foragers, same as the lumber camp. We'll assign 2, 1, 2. I didn't realise I'd built that. Never mind. Well, we might as well just assign a forager. We'll have a mix of trees. And this is our first berryette. Oh no, we've not put an extraction zone. So, schoolboy error. Make our brush smaller, pop it over the berries, click, and now they can come out and pick up their berries. There we go. New advice can be heard. Now that you have organised your labourers, you can see to their needs and happiness. Make sure they have access to fresh water and housing. As for food, you will first need people to store and distribute the berries they have collected. From there, your village will have everything to welcome its first wave of immigrants. Okay, let's put this advice into practice. And the advice is, build a granary, assign a new transporter, and assign berries to the granary. Okay. Now, I happen to know, because I've played this before, that you need stone to build the granary, and we have no stone. So we will build a stonecutter camp down here, like so. Build that within an extraction zone, so we're not going to fall for that mistake again, or that trick again. Okay, that will be built in a second. Now, it's going to want us to build a granary as well. Now, our village centre obviously is here. And then in its immediate surroundings, we are going to have market stalls. And then in surrounding that, we are going to have our residential area. Now, our granary doesn't have, unlike the lumber camp and the stone cutters camp, the granary doesn't have any circle of influence around it, so it's not going to be a problem. So let's just put it down here a little way away from the actual village centre itself, like so, and we can build that. Our stonecutter camp is built, so we can build one. We could have 2 miners on there. And then that will provide the stone, and we can take one of the miners off once it's built, and they can take care of transporting for us. Lovely. Right. Okay, so the granary is built. It takes a little bit longer, as I said before, because we're marching up and down, but it is now built. So let's take one of our guys off of mining, like that. And then we will add them to our granary, like so. And we will assign berries to it. There we go. And we received 100 coin for our trouble, so that's really good. Now we need to define residences when we need to paint a residential area. So, as I said, this is going to be the centre of our village. This is going to be our market, and around the outside is going to be our residential. Now, we don't have a lot of residential space at the moment because we've only got one sector. But it does say buy a new territory. So, which one should we go for? Do we go for the one up here or do we go for this one? I think we'll go for this one. Like so. So we bought that. Now we can paint our residential. But what I want to do is I want to come in like this. I want a big centre like so. Do that quickly. And then there, bang, like that. Now no one will build in here their houses. And we can put our market stalls around the outside of it. Now let's just paint this out a little bit further. Like so. I would say a bit like that, maybe. Yeah. Let's just enhance this extraction zone on the off chance that they come. But when we get a few more people, we'll put a lumber camp somewhere else and that will take care of those goods there. So we painted that. And look, straight away, houses are starting to appear. So make sure everyone is settling down. I have to make sure their needs are fulfilled. Show the zoning areas, like that. We've just been working in there, so we know all about that. Build a well. Okay. Now I'm going to plonk my well. So the well, look at this sphere of influence around the well. And that is going to make all of our villagers much, much happier. So we'll zoom in here and let's just plop it over there, like so. What's next? And build a market that has a market stall. Lovely. So, again, centre of village, market stalls around the outside facing in towards the well. So, pick a market stall. Let's say we'll plop him there, like so. Select a function, market stall's called. Market stall, and then the arrows obviously are where the customers are coming from. Well, the arrow at the front there is where the customer is coming from, and the side ones are where the worker will go, and the white ball is where he stands or she stands. And we'll just plonk that right there. and build it. Excellent. Okay, so our market stall has been created, but we've got no one to man it. So where have we got spare people? Got 2 there. Right, what we could do, just for now, we've got 2 there, and we've got 1 there. So, I mean, what we could do for now is we'll just take away the forester. Sorry, Kyron. And we'll add him to the market stall, like so, and then we will assign berries. Excellent. And we just need to wait for the well to build. And we will have completed that final quest there. Proper nice well. Okay, so now we are just encouraging immigration. Now we need to wait for our happiness to reach 100. Well, that's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy because we're at 43% at the moment and our needs are for food and water. So we've got our stall and we've got our well. So it's just a matter really of everyone coming home, getting some food and getting a well, getting some water. So we've got a spare room there, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, yeah. So we just need to wait for them all to come to bed, really. But I'm liking this little cluster of houses it's made here. There we go. We've done it. Your people would like to help you settle down the town. Your people would like to help you settle down the town. I don't even know. I think I know what that means. Anyway. A business-minded villager suggests you establish a trade route with your closest neighbour, Northbury. This will let you sell resources and for profit and buy the ones you can't produce. You should start with planks since Northbury needs those. Let's put that into practice. We've got a new villager incoming. So what we're going to need to do is build a sawmill. Again, this is a nasty sounding one. So let's just crack it in the woods. That way around. Excellent. We'll build that. Let's have a look at our extraction zone. Or our reforestation zone. Let's just pop him around there. Pop our extraction out a bit further. Lovely. There we go. Okay, 2 new peeps. Dismiss that. Right, we need to build a warehouse. We need to build a warehouse and assign planks to the warehouse. Okay, so we need to be generating planks first. Well, we don't really do it. We can just build our warehouse here. You need to unlock it first. So into the progression tab, we'll unlock the warehouse, the bailiff, because it's going to ask us to build a manor house soon. And as soon as it does that, it's going to want a bailiff and a wooden bridge. We don't need that, but we'll add it anyway. Let's assign one of our people to there, and then let's build this warehouse. Here we go. Let's pop him in like so. What do we want him? Have him here, actually, shall we? Yeah. Excellent. Build. So this needs planks, and we've got planks coming along next door. We could actually add another person to that while we're making the planks for this. Lovely. So we'll add these 2 people. We've got 2 carpenters already. Have a 3rd carpenter. And then once this is built, we can assign our planks to it, and then we need to get up to 20 planks again so that we can open our trade route. It'll take a little while. Let's assign a transporter and assign planks to it. Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. So now we have to wait till we've accumulated 20 planks. Yeah, unlock the trade route to trade planks and allow the sale of planks from the resources tab. So up here in the resources tab, we need to have our 20 planks to unlock that. And then here with planks, we can do sell above the value of, let's say, 12. Got loads of new people coming. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we've got our new people have arrived, and allegedly we have the plankage. So let's go to the book. Trade routes, not quite. Yeah, there we go. Unlock. So now we can buy some tools, and we can sell our planks and sell some berries. Come to you a light-hearted woman announcing she and her folks would like to thank you for your hard work. It's true, you have truly made great strides already. To administrate the village, she suggests you build a manor house and a great hall, and then add a tax office. Right, we'll put that into play, and we've reached a prospect tier with the kingdom. Lovely. And with the clergy, but not with labour. Okay, so let's build. So let's allow tools to be purchased. So add tools to here. And then in the book and resources, we go to tools, and then we can buy until we have reached, say, 12. Lovely. And what we will also do is we will sell our berries over, let's say, 50. Here comes our trader straight away, actually. Yep, and we bought some tools. Excellent. So, Manor House, right. And Manor House is another one of those buildings that has influence around it. So, for example, if we selected a function with a great hall and then picked a building, we would have all of this influence. So, what we want to do, let's plonk our great hall. Let's remove this pin and let's put it back in. Go like so. Great hall. And then we shall build a great hall. It was a great hall indeed. We'll have him pointing there like so. And then we'll add a door to that. And our interactive location where people stand and seek an audience with us, and pop that there. Go. And we won't build the bailiff office just yet. All right, we've got 2 new people, 3, 4. So we can start to get another person on berry duty. Let's get another person on stone duty. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay for now. We're going to need one person to be our tax collector. So I think we'll just add you there. Lovely. Okay, so we've got our manor house. And now it wants us to improve the manor house with a tax office and assign a tax collector. So let us click on here, building tab, building button, and let's have a tax office. Let's have our tax room like so. No, like so. Pop a door on, thank you. And then, oh, sorry, we build that. And then we'll also add, no, collector function, bailiff office, and we'll stick a shed at the back for that. There we go. And a door. Lovely stuff. Oh, 2 new peeps. Right, we could add an extra transporter. Okay, so that's the tax office built. Now all we need to do is assign a tax collector. Lovely stuff. And assign a bailiff. Now then. So not interested in the kingdom and soldiers. Not interested in that. Not interested in that. Oh well. Lovely. Okay, new advice can be heard. Finally, by yourself in the Great Hall, you spend a few minutes of silence thinking about your aspiration and the future of your village. Providence has been good to you and your people so far, and it seems everything is possible. I think we should aspire to greatness. Now we need to define a village aspiration. So these are here. So we can have a famous builder. So we need to reach a prosperity of 500. That's quite a way away because we've got a prosperity of 16 at the moment. Famous builder, we're not doing that. Dedicated to labour. Have 100 citizens. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll track dedicated to labour. Our bailiff's office is built. Ruling on your own. You take a stroll through the village and look at what you've achieved. Not so long ago, this land was wilderness, but you came along and made the difference. You and your people turned this untamed territory into respectable land of the realm. And this is just the beginning, for your fair rule will bring prosperity to all. To our prosperity! A message from the kingdom. The kingdom recognises your efforts in establishing your settlements. Sir, I am your humble servant. To add him, advice followed. Your villagers don't have anything else to teach you. Yet. As you face new challenges, you will be offered additional advice. Well, that's it, people. That is the first half hour or so of Foundation. And that is how you get yourself a nice, tidy little village and a little zone industrial. I really hope you've enjoyed this. I really hope it's kept your attention. And I will see you next time. I've been Disco Breaking. Bye for now.